Welcome back to part 3 of the Juan Joseph story. When we left off, police pulled surveillance footage that finally located that black Mercedes. They also received a tip from the community just one day later after Juan was killed that these two men were involved. This is Kendrick and Lamarck Cloud. They were both cousins. So the police, as soon as they got the tip, brought them in for a lineup. They brought back Patrick and William, and both Patrick and William were able to identify Lamarck as being the driver. However, only William confirmed that Kendrick was the passenger and the shooter in the crime. On November 17th, 2014, the police were able to obtain a search warrant on Lamarck's home and also on that black Mercedes. However, and sadly, both of these searches did not come up with any evidence that would connect Lamarck or Kendrick to the crime. And as you can guess, Lamarck and Kendrick were not trying to cooperate with police to help them find answers to solve this crime. The story changes because this is when they get a tip from Houston as they're investigating this crime. The tip basically says the person you're looking for is in Houston. And yeah, that gun that you've been looking for, that's in a wooded area by Lamarck's house. Now, they did find this gun. They conducted a DNA analysis, and surprisingly, the DNA did not match Kendrick or Lamarck's. So they knew that this tip from Houston probably was true. Their assailant probably was in Houston, but they just didn't know who. So Jamarcus puts himself at the scene of the crime. So the police run another DNA analysis of that gun that they found near Lamarck's house. And this time, Jamarcus's DNA was found on the gun. So they knew they had their person. Now, there was not enough evidence to convict or even to charge Kendrick Cloud, but there was enough evidence to charge Lamarck and Jamarcus, who were both involved in this murder. In September 2016, Lamarck pled guilty and received 7.5 years in prison. Jamarcus pled guilty to manslaughter and received 40 years in prison. In 2017, Juan's former high school, St. John Parish, did win state. And also, the community loved him so much that they named a community park after him. It's called the Juan Anthony Memorial Park. I just want to offer my condolences to Juan Joseph's family. Juan did nothing wrong in that situation. He simply tried to de-escalate a situation from occurring. What do you guys think about this case? Drop a line in the comments.